So, good morning. This morning I came to water the puppies and look what I found. A piece of fluff with skin attached and yeah, I think it's either a sheep or a goat leg. So I guess that's the sort of stuff that you might encounter in Bulgaria, because that's what they do here. They slaughter their animals. It's that cute little dog. This is the neighbor's dog, and he always says good morning. He's very fluffy. And there's the puppies. So I've just given them some water. And today, let me turn the camera around. And today is going to be an amazing day. I'm going to try and find some tiles for the bathroom wall. And hopefully I can get black tiles for the bathroom wall. Look at that cool wall behind me. Awesome. And if not, I'm going to have to find some other ones. But yeah, that's my mission today. Bailey wants to come with. Oh, they are so cute. Wow. Are they pretty? Hey. Wanna come with? No, you're going on your own walks. Oh, okay. Bye. Hey, Smudgy. You wanna come with? Hey. Also going on your own walks. Okay, great. We're all going our separate ways. Nice. It's -1 today. I didn't think it was. It doesn't feel like it, but the windshield says -1. The dashboard says -1. I guess it's -1, even though it feels awesome. It's beautiful sunshine. It's a great day. Anyway. Hey, Emma. Hey, good morning, Emma. Good morning, Emma. Are we at the house? Are we gonna do some cool stuff today? Are we gonna save the step? Yeah, we're gonna save the step. What you got there? A saw? You're gonna play with a saw today? I don't think so. I don't think so. We're here. Emma can't wait to get in. She's so cute. There you go, into your house. Emma's house. And immediately she's like, my blanket. Oh, Emma, you're so cute. Yesterday I painted the step, and today Simeon's going to do the grouting. And I would like to not have him step on the step because it's still wet. So my plan is to use this box to protect his step, so he'll have to step over the box to get to the grouting, and that'll hopefully give that step some time to dry. That's the plan. All right, I've made the box wet paint, and I've kind of made little holes in there just so that it can fit around the step. So just gonna place it. Oh, I'm gonna have to change the direction, but it does the job. Ta-da! Protects the step, so he's just gonna step over this box. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so these glass pieces are for the windows here as replacement pieces, and for some reason this one has chipped. I have no idea how that could have happened, and I didn't actually see any broken glass around there or there, and I wonder if I just didn't notice if it was broken when it got here. It's possible. Or it could have just broken and I didn't notice a broken piece of glass around. yeah, so that happened. I'm really not sure about the quality of glass in Bulgaria, but this just makes me question it a little bit. Yeah. Here's the other piece of glass that's got that cool pattern on it. Still not sure if I'm going to use that. This was painted yesterday, so it's also still wet. I should make another warning sign. Oh my gosh, so many warning signs. Because this room, people just tend to walk in and not really know what they're looking for, just look around because there's so much stuff that they might need, and then, yeah. So I need another sign. Okay, I might not be an artist, but I'm pretty happy with that sign. Happy with this sign. And I'm happy with this box. So that's my job for this morning. And now I'm gonna go look for tiles. And the tiles are gonna go up to that white line. So half of the bathroom will be white and the other half will be tiles like that. And I need to find something that matches this. So I'm gonna take one of these tiles with and just see what I find. So these guys are starting to come up. Yeah, they kind of look like peonies. Kind of feel like they might be definitely bulby, right? I think bulbs, yeah. Also another bulb. And this is all going to be covered by a wood decking. So I'm hoping to dig up those bulbs. Potentially dig up these roses somehow, maybe. That might be a long shot. But I can try because they're still alive. And yeah, that is my beautiful kitchen door and window, building site. And so this is how thick the rose stem was. It's really substantial, a massive rose. This is an offshoot. So the roots will be going really deep, I think. But we can try to save him. We can try. Shower attachment for my bath tap. I can get a 200 centimeter one. It says there's no pause feature, it saves water and easy installation. That's interesting. And here are the tap heads. They feel extremely cheap, like just really, yeah. So I'm not quite sure about them, but there's many options. And they are pretty cheap, so it might be worth just trying out. There's so many different ones. Wow. So yeah, many options. I'm not gonna get any right now, but I know where they are. Pretty good. So I found these things, and I think they're made out of plastic and they're sort of hollow. I'm not quite sure what they're for, but I wonder if these could be tile replacements in the bathroom. They don't have a black one, but they've got options. I mean, how would this look in a bathroom? A little bit strange maybe. But there's different ones, like there's a wood texture one. I'm not really sure. Maybe this is not bathroom options. Update! I have been to 4 DIY stores looking for tiles. I have found tiles, but not the tiles I'm looking for. I've sort of set my heart on black tiles, or at least black tiles that have another color in them. That would be amazing, but these stores do not have any black tiles. They do not exist in this part of the world, apparently. So I am going to go and try a different part of the world. I'll go and check Swilingrad. I think they will probably have a bigger selection in Swilingrad. They have a pretty big tile store. It's a bathroom store, so yeah, I might have better luck there. I think so. This is exactly where I left her. On the wall. Wow. Oh my gosh. Is she the cutest cat or what? I drove off and she was sitting there, come back, and she's like, hello human. Hello cat. Meow. Hi cat. Meow. Hi beautiful. Yeah. So I believe Smudgy is like a little doggy. A little bit clingy. I mean, this is what dogs do, not what cats do. Walking next to me. Oh, and waiting for me to come home. Oh, kitten, are you just the cutest? I think that's a yes. Oh my gosh, you're adorable. Hi. Hey. The puppies are out and about. Look how cute. Oh, adventurous little puppy. So they live in that barn and they are exploring their garden right now. They did make it up to the end of the fence where there's a gap and they could come through and visit me here. But they didn't come through yet. They're still checking out to see what's up in their space. And I'm just relaxing, feet up, with coffee. It's a pretty good morning. It's beautiful actually. It's warm, spring, everything's green, and look at this. There's a sea of beautiful dead nettles. And there's a whole bunch of them over there. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's beautiful. Okay, so I want to tell you about the SIM card I got yesterday. It's from Yettel, and that's a new name of Telenor. They just changed their name. There's a bit of calcified stuff next to me from a boiler. Anyway, so I got a local SIM in Bulgaria, and I chose Yettel because they have the best signal here in southeast Bulgaria, Haskovo area. It ended up being 17 levs per month with 20,000 megabytes just for general usage and 10,000 megabytes for specific apps that include WhatsApp, which is what I use quite a lot. And then there's also 6,000 megabytes for if you go outside Bulgaria into the EU zone. So yeah, bases are pretty covered with that. I'm quite happy with it. I think it's a pretty good deal because I've actually had Voxy till now. The Voxy I got from the UK, and they do a roaming package between 15 to 20 pounds. And you get a max of 20 gigs for that because roaming, which is enough for me, as long as I have Wi-Fi sometimes. And 17 levs is about half of 15 pounds. I got £15 deal because it was a special one, but I think usually they offer 20 gigs for £20. Anyway, so now I have a local SIM, really good signal. Some other people here in the area have used, I think it's called Vivacom or some other providers, and the signal is just really, really bad. It's a big struggle to get signal, but Yettel, no problem, really great signal and great deal. 17 levs, lots of megabytes. I'm very happy. It's been a good experience so far. Oh, and I haven't even paid for it yet, so I've got about 10 days to actually pay for it. I'm on free internet right now. It's interesting, it's bizarre, and it works. Pretty good. Puppies. Hi, puppy. Oh, hi, come here. Oh, hello. Oh, wow, wow. Oh, wow, wow. Hey, bow, wow, wow. Look how cute you are. You strutting. You strutting. Oh, you're just playful. Hi, cutie. Oh my gosh, are you adorable? So I'm at Emma's house and she's doing great. Enjoying the spring sun. And the house has gotten some cement work done. So this is looking very nice. There's a little step there. And let's go and have a look at the bathroom. Yeah, oh wow, he's tiled the whole floor. Okay, cool. Grouting is done over here, but those guys are not grouted yet. Okay, cool. So Simeon has tiled the whole floor and grouted 3/4 of it. Awesome. It looks lovely. Okay, and the step has been protected. It still looks a little bit wet actually. That's interesting. But what I'm happy about is that this paint did not get onto the tiles, and that's the most important, so that's pretty great. I'm gonna clean this and maybe repaint that actually, because that looks pretty bad. And next week, the wall tiles are gonna go up, probably Monday or so. Today is Wednesday. Alrighty, all the doorknobs are off except for this one, because this drawer actually doesn't open. So I need to figure out why not at some other point in time. Right now, I managed to get all the other doorknobs off. Here they are. I'm gonna give them a really good clean. I'm gonna clean the keys as well. So that worked great. Only one of them was rusted. This one back here, that one. But not too bad. Easy to clean up. I had to use this little guy. I did not use this at all as expected, but this was necessary. And now I'm going to paint over that. All of these, smooth them out a little bit, make sure there's no rough edges or anything. And then I'm going to use this cream color and the vintage blue. Okay, I managed to get that drawer out. And the reason why I didn't want to come out is because there's a little support missing, like the top one has one, the bottom one doesn't, and that's why it was all stuck. But it's out now, and I managed to get this off, and there it is, looking good. Painted the whole thing. These guys are all looking pretty good. You can see I've touched up around all of the little handles where I've removed them, and I've decided I'm going to paint this a base coat of white as well, just so that once I paint everything that it's the same color, sort of, and not different shades. So maybe I'm just going to paint this today and then leave it at that. I will see how it goes. Okay, so let's see if the water pressure is any good. I've opened the hot. There's no hot. Opening the cold. Pretty good water pressure. Pretty good. Okay, so I have painted this little stretch here with the cream, and I've painted this door with the vintage blue, this one. So I'm a big fan of the blue, but also I've realized that the base coat needs to be very equal, because the vintage blue is very thin, so it shows up all of the differences in the base coat. So base coat needs to be very smooth, if I want it smooth, which I do. So I'm gonna make the base coat very, very smooth. The cream color, I do not think I like that. That looks more like a very milky coffee or beige. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this color, but it might look better when it's dry, so I'm not going to judge it too harshly yet. I'm going to wait, and I think this might also look better when it's dry. They're both wet, so I'm going to be patient. I'm going to let them dry overnight, and I'll check them tomorrow. Hyacinth. Little mini hyacinth. Pink and blue. Very pretty. Oh, and there's a white one as well. Cute. Right next to the onions. And not only that, but these look so cool, don't they? Even just them being green. Look at that. It's twirly. Really awesome. And one of them is hatched. Look at that. Wow. Pretty cool. The bees seem to love them. It's beautiful. And look at that. We've got some beautiful tulips with a side of plastic. Look at that. Beautiful. Wow. Yeah, this garden is just going to be full of surprises. And I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys are. Still thinking they might be peonies, but I won't know until they come up properly. Hey Emma. Hello. Emma had a couple of ticks today, but they're gone now. They're gone now.
Yeah, so her toy is still there, her toy is there, so they're not disappearing anymore. That's pretty great. And this garden, I am looking forward to just taking off all of these dead branches, twigs, and just having a green surface with purple dead nettles. So I would love to do that, and I might actually do that today or tomorrow. Right, so I've cleaned all of the little doorknobs. Look, they look beautifully sparkly. A little bit dressy, but that's okay. And yeah, progress on this drying. It's looking not so great, but hopefully it'll look better tomorrow. And this looks so super patchy. I don't know, a little bit iffy. The geckos are moving. It is now warm enough for them to go outside. So I'm gonna take them out. And since they like climbing walls, I'm going to put them in this protected area here, next to a wall. Emma will guard them. Hey Emma, you gonna guard them? I'll put them probably up there, and then they can make their way up the wall, or they can make their way outside, or they could even wander into the barn. So, so many options. And this gate goes to the back garden, so they can even go there. Okay, there they are at the top of that little cupboard. And there's little Emma. She said she's gonna keep an eye on them. So that's cool. Geckos are free. Yeah, so it doesn't go below minus anymore at night, so they're gonna be absolutely fine outside. Or below zero, I mean. And ta-da, look at that garden. Looks so beautiful. I've got a couple of blankets up, but if we just look here, yeah, it's looking really good. So soon I'm going to take care of all that dry stuff and get rid of that so that it can just be a green space. Okay, so these are the brown twiggies all across the lawn that I'm gonna remove tomorrow. You can probably see them better here. Lots and lots of these little brown twiggies. It's just old plants where they were growing tomatoes or other veggies. And I'm gonna take them down, put them all in a heap somewhere, use them for the compost pile, and then this clear space is gonna look absolutely stunning. And there's a bunch of dead nettle patches everywhere. Very beautiful. So I'm just driving home and I just thought I'd share these beautiful dead nettles with you. Oh my gosh, isn't that stunning? I also really like the stone wall, but wow. And then besides that, you can see some beautiful cherry blossoms. It's just stunning. And they're everywhere, around every corner. Just beautiful cherry blossoms everywhere. Here's a closer look. Just driving by, some beautiful, beautiful cherry blossoms. Oh my gosh, so stunning. Wow, can't wait to see what fruit it is. I don't think these are cherries, but they might be. I guess I'll see. Here are a couple more beautiful cherry blossoms, also across the road. Here's a road. Some of these cherry blossoms are already having green leaves, so it's nearly time for them to actually use their petals. So pretty. It's really beautiful. Bailey's come to say hi. Smudgy as well. I really like this well. It looks really cool. And it's got a couple of dead nettles growing out of it. Pretty cute. The puppies are making a bit of a noise, so I'm not sure why. Look at that. So pretty. I guess you can hear all of the bees. It's raining. This little puppy got through the fence again. He's the most adventurous. She is the most adventurous. She's also the smallest. Look how cute she is. So adorable. And then she's got 3 of her siblings running around behind the fence still. Very adventurous this morning. Oh, she's coming to visit me. Cute. Wandering through the flowers. Hey, puppy. The second little puppy found his way through the fence. Look how cute they are. Oh, there's the third one. He's still behind the fence on the other side. But the brown one and the black and white one, they're like adventuring. Oh, so adorable. So these little ferns on the ground are like little trees for them. It's so cute. That's where they get through the fence, over there by that tree. Yeah, staying on the side of the fence for now. Those 2 are the black and white ones, and they are just on the other side. Don't know where the brown one is now. All the way down by the end of the garden. Ooh. So cute. Okay, so I've just arrived and look what I've just parked on. This is part of my conservatory floor, and you know what that means? My conservatory floor is out of the house. It is in my parking space. And look what they're doing. Cement work. Yay! Cement work. So they mix cement with sand, goes in there, goes into the wheelbarrow. There's a couple of water buckets, and then it goes along this trail. All the way up there. It's dusty. Alright, there goes the door. They've just measured this is the height with the door, so now they know this is the height. And I've mentioned they're doing clock skis. So this one's not grouted yet, but this one just looks beautiful. So here is the dry paint. This one, the cream. This is what it looks like if it's dry. It might need a couple hundred layers to cover up the base coat. So that's interesting. And here is the vintage blue, which actually looks really cool. That looks amazing. So the only thing I would change is that, so the reason why these 2 sides look different is this side I did with a paintbrush and this side I did with a roller. And I wanted to see what the difference is and which one I prefer. And I think I prefer the roller by a long shot. So that is the paintbrush, which looks fine, but this just looks better. This looks way better. Yeah. So I'm glad I did that little experiment. And yeah, so I'm gonna do all the doors with the roller. It looks great. It looks really great. So cream fail vintage blue, amazing win. And this is the base coat at the top. I think I might do another base coat on that because it's pretty dark still. I've retouched all of the drawers with the roller, so these are now not brush strokes but roller strokes. I've done the same for this cabinet. It's all rollered now. This one is completely rollered, and I've rolled it over this cream color, and I will have to think what to do with this at some point. So this is going to be drying now. I'll leave it overnight. And I also managed to drop my phone in the paint. So yeah, thank goodness for the cover. Progress, progress, look at this, it's beautiful. Lots of beautiful new cement, and it's such a nice thick layer. My blankets are going crazy in the wind. I should probably get those down. So spring is turning from blossoms to green leaves now, and this beautiful broken roof behind it. There you go. Looks pretty cool. A wavy roof, and the sun's coming out. So pretty. It is super windy today, really windy. So I guess a lot of these blossoms are going to be blown off today. So Emma says hi, and she's brought me a shoe. Look at that. That shoe is too small for me. I've got really big feet, Emma. I need bigger shoes. But thank you anyway. It's a beautiful present. It's even got some grass in it. Pretty cool. So the garden still looks the same, with all the dead little stalks and twiggies. I have not had the motivation to do it, and it's way too windy to do it today. It's just not going to be fun, so I'm going to leave it for a day when it'll be a little bit more enjoyable. This is a beautiful little yellow blossom tree. It's got stunning little flowers. I can't focus on them. It's a little bit difficult when it's so windy. It's too windy to focus. Anyway, cement work is underway. It's pretty great. All the tulips are out. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. My tulips. So stunning. It must be about 20 centimeters deep. They're not all going to be the same depth because the floor is uneven, or maybe they dug down to make it even. Initially it was not even, but I think now it looks about 20 centimeters, and they've left enough space to put plutchkis, which is tiles. I'll have some tiles in this room to keep it nice and cool in summer, and I'll put a carpet on top in winter. So this is the conservatory, and it's looking amazing, just amazing. Okay, so this is what was done to make a step here into the kitchen. This is the kitchen French doors. So you just use a bit of these plasterboard off-cutting, and then you prop it up with anything. Then you put cement in there, and look at that, et voila, beautiful step. It looks super good, super duper good. I'm totally wind blown. The wind is absolutely crazy today. Trees, I'm just watching the trees blowing. It's just very, very windy. so I'm not going to stay at the house. I'm going to go now because they're dealing with cement and the cement dust is flying everywhere. They're putting sand inside the mixer, so the sand is flying everywhere. Yeah, it's not a fun place to be today. It's probably not the best day for cement mixing and cement work, so I feel a bit sorry for them, but they're experts, they know what they're doing. And they don't seem too fussed about it, actually. They're just working extra quickly, so it's a good thing. Getting it done, calling it an early day, I think. It's super windy. I left one blanket out on the washing line because it was wet. It had actually blown into Emma's big bucket of water, so I'm leaving that one out, and if it blows away then it's fine. All the other ones I've packed away, it's all good, and I'm just waiting for the paint to dry on the cabinets, and then I can paint them some vintage blue tomorrow. Yay. Okay, so they've just left. I think they might be getting some more cement or something, because this is obviously not quite finished. It's still missing some cement. Maybe they need to do it in 2 layers, I'm not sure. Anyway, looking great for a start. I put this door here just so that Emma doesn't actually walk in there by accident. I don't think anybody's going to break in, and if they do, there's not really much to take. Yeah, so I think it's going to be all good. The most they can get is probably a chair or a table. Yeah. So, look at that. Floor is nearly done. That looks really secure. No Emma is going